When it comes to strength, there are three milestones that every gym bro wants to hit. The first one is the 2 plate bench. The second is the 3 plate squat. And the third is the 4 plate deadlift. Now, I have achieved the 2 plate bench. I have achieved the 4 plate deadlift. But there was one that I had not achieved. That was the 3 plate squat. And it's not because of skipping leg day, even though we'll get to that point later on. It's because as I grew up, I had flat feet, I had these knees that pointed outwards. I just had a bunch of stuff that made it whack to get the squat position right. But eventually, I was able to find a form that isn't perfect, but it does have a lot of the boxes ticked off. It does mean that I'm able to enjoy squatting now. And it does mean that now it's time to go for PR. Now, I don't test maxes too often. I'm not going for a squat of PR in ages. It's been like 6 months or something. This isn't going to be an absolute 1 rep max, but it's going to be the heaviest 1 rep that I've ever done. Not quite the 3 plates, but pretty close to it. Now, you see me do the warm-ups, 20 kg, 50 kg, and now 70 kg. It might look like less than that because the plates are thin, but this is what it's like in a powerlifting gym. You have these tiny, thin, calibrated plates, but don't worry, they are the weights that they say they are. And I did do a bit more of a warm-up as well. I warmed up my hips and stuff like that, but I didn't show you that because firstly, I want to get you straight to the action, and secondly, it's a bit sus, so we can leave that out, right? Can't be giving you too much already, okay? Now, 100 kg on the squats. This was my PR several months ago, but now it's a decent, nice little warm-up. Here, I'm not here to show you perfection, right? I do have a bit of knee caving. I do have some problems when it comes to my squat form. But I just want to show you the journey. I want to show you the way that I train. I want to show you the point that I'm at right now. You can see where I was in the past. You can see where I'll be in the future as I keep posting. And what I want to do with all of this is to inspire you, to help you along this path, to show you what's possible. And with that, the 120 kg last warm-up is done. I got my two boys on the side ready to spot me, to be there to save my life if it's needed. I get myself ready, 130 kg, get it on the back, have to be nice and patient on the way out, make sure that I get the stance ready, make sure that I get a good brace, I go down for the rep, I push through, a bit of knee cave, but bam, 130 kg on the squat, almost double body weight, able to get that. Of course, you got to fist bump your boys because they may well have saved your life, and of course, you got to appreciate them spotting you. And then after that, it's time to do a back down, 100 kg, just trying to get higher reps with this. It is a bit like cardio when you do higher reps with the squat or deadlift, but I do want to be able to see what I'm capable of. Because you see, my name is Paras, and I show young men what they are capable of. If that's something that you want to be part of, there are two things that you can do. The first is to subscribe to this channel, to join this journey alongside me. And the second, if you want to really invest in yourself, if you want to learn how to do anything that is shown in this video, if you want to know the exact actions, the exact mindsets that you can put in to absolutely kill it in both fitness and in your other areas of life, the top link in the description is my mentorship. It's the best package about. Nowhere else do you get all of those things at such a low price with one-to-one access, even without the discount. But right now, it's at a huge discount. There's less than 10 spaces left. After this, it will never be available again. But if you get it right now, you lock in that price forever. There's bonuses in there. You got so many things. It's an absolute steal, bro. If I were you, I'd snatch that up straight away, bro. Because it's amazing. I'm so excited to have finally launched this. And I can't wait to work with you, bro. So take action on that right now. I see what I'm doing here is working on my form, just trying to get comfortable with all areas of the squat. So I've got 70 kg, not too heavy, but I'm just trying to control the position, try and get comfortable in all of the different areas of it, and then pause at the bottom. That last rep, I did grip my teeth a little bit just because the position felt a little bit off, so it was a little bit hard. But now, this isn't legs. What's this guy do? Why has he got the gymnastic rings for? Why is he skipping legs for, man? What is it with this guy? Now, Let me explain. When it comes to skipping legs, I half skip legs, right? I do legs, but I kind of half skip it as well. Now, there's a few reasons for this. The first one is the day after leg day, I always go for a long distance run. So I've done that run now as of filming this voiceover. I did 11 kilometers in less than an hour. It's the fastest pace that I've done for that distance, which I was really happy about. And if I absolutely kill my legs, then I'm not really able to do that as optimally. Like, even if I do kill my legs, I still do the run, right? Like, I'm not gonna get myself out of that. I'm not gonna be a coward and not do the run. But when I do the long distance runs, I don't want to have my legs fully dead. I want to leave a little bit in the tank for my legs. Like, maybe you can understand that, right? And secondly, when it comes to aesthetics and leg size, I don't care about them too much. Like, as long as they're not twigs, right? I don't really care about having like huge like tree trunks that make it hard for like trousers to fit and stuff like that. Now that might be something that you want, but personally, it's not something that I want too much, right? As long as they're like decently strong, they got some ability to them, I'm all good with that. And you might be thinking like, what was this shoulder thing that man's done? Like, is that safe? Like, why is he doing like upside down pull-ups and stuff? Well, I include things that I enjoy. And gym rings are the most fun style of training that I've ever done. I do these every single time that I go to the gym. It's so much fun, man. And the amount of progress that you can make with them, the amount of stability and strength that you can build, that control of your body weight, is sick, man. It's really enjoyable. What you see me do now is trying to learn a skill, trying to learn the back lever, which is where you have your arms behind you, as you saw, but you're straight, like horizontal plank. And you can do this with straight legs when they're together, or you can do this with this kind of straddle, which is what I'm trying to do now. But it requires a ton of strength, a ton of stability. And for now, I've not quite unlocked that. And now I'm just practicing my holds, my isometrics when it comes to holding myself in different positions on the rings. Because firstly, it requires a lot of stability. And second, I want to be able to unlock this skill called the iron cross, which is where you're like how I am right now. But instead of having these kind of 45-degree bent arms, you have 90-degree arms. You're like a T-shape. And it's such a majestic, sick skill to be able to unlock. The proper gymnasts are able to do it. But of course, I've only been doing these rings for a short period of time, relatively like 7 or 8 months now. So I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of work to put in. But I will eventually be able to do that because that is the vision that I have. I will never quit with any of this, right? So of course, I'll be able to have that. I'm testing this both with pronated grip, so overhand, and supinated grip, underhand. So you've seen me do this with the supinated now, and it does require a lot of strength. It does require a lot of conditioning, and the way to do that is by making sure that you warm up properly. Like, I'm not showing you the full warm-ups for everything just because it can be quite boring to show that, I feel. Maybe I should show them. If you do want me to show them, then let me know. But I do feel like I want to show you the action, right? So now I'm doing an L-sit on top of the rings. This is a skill that I'm trying to get down. This is a skill that I'm trying to get better at because it does require a lot of stability. It is tough. But I've been able to make a lot of progress, and that's the beautiful thing. Because whatever it is in life, whether it's fitness, whether it's money, whether it's dating, whatever, if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in that time and you never quit and you keep learning, it's impossible not to get the success that you want. Especially when you create that kind of identity for yourself, when you are the kind of person who does that, when you do hold yourself true to that word of yours. It's sick when you do that. And the rings, bro, so much fun. You can see me upside down, just hanging like on the rings, just having a good time. Like, bro, it's such a sick form of training. I don't even have an affiliate link or anything, bro, to sell you these rings. But man, probably should get one because, bro, I'm going to be preaching for these heavy, man, because it's a sick form of training. They only cost like £20 as well, like $25, 25-ish euros or so. Like, bro, that's a sick investment. Wait, bro, this was supposed to be leg day. Like, why is he doing bench now? Well, the reason why I'm doing bench is because it is a priority of mine. It's something that I want to maintain because right now I'm on the cut, right? And being on the cut, losing that body fat, something that tanks a lot, something that loses a lot of strength is the bench press. And you might be seeing my feet looking like 90 degrees and thinking like, what the hell is going on with that? Well, again, it's because I have these whack flat feet and it's just the best way that leg drive works for me. The form isn't quite perfect. I'm trying to get it down better here. It's my first time benching back in this gym and I always find that I have to readjust to the equipment, but it's feeling all right. It's feeling decent. Obviously, there's more work to do. And when it comes to the bench, I wasn't going for anything crazy. I was just going to go up to a single and then go back down for a couple reps of a lighter weight just to feel that out. So 60 kg, done that warm up. 80 kg, last warm up. You can't really see the 10s on the sides, but it is indeed 80 kg with these thin calibrated plates. I'm trying to get this down because I've had a bit of an imbalance when it comes to my lat positioning with bench and stuff like that. Like sometimes one of the elbows a bit lower than the other one. And I find that I always have to adjust when it comes from one gym to the other. But it's feeling okay. So this is the top set that I did, just 90 kg for one. And then I go down to 80 kg. Just trying to do a few quick pauses with this, just get a few reps in. So the plan was to do about 5 pause reps of this. Just a little pause at the bottom and bang it up. Now, this is more than my body weight at the moment, and I did get the 100 kg bench when I was at this body weight in the past, but had less muscle at that point, and I was a bit fatter, and surprisingly, fat can help quite a lot with bench. Like, it gives you a bit of a shelf to rest the bar on, so that was feeling quite nice back then. But right now, I'm just trying to maintain my bench. My bench has been kind of plateaued, but it's just because I have kept my body weight going lower and lower at times, and even if I've kept the same body weight, I have lost body fat, so it's a bit hard to build strength, but I've been able to maintain it pretty well. Form has improved, like it's not perfect, but it has improved compared to how it was in the past. So of course I will keep improving. I will keep putting in that work to be able to get all of that down. And don't worry, bro, we will be going back to some legs. Now, I would have done some more legs in this session, but unfortunately I had to cut things short because I don't have the most time on this day. But here I've just been doing 60 kg benches, paused, and now it's time to do some Romanian deadlifts, starting with the empty bar just to warm up with. I do deadlifts and deadlift variations without shoes, just with socks on, because it just feels a lot better. And the shoes that I do have, they have a bit of a heel to them, which means that when I do deadlifts, I have to pull higher. It's uncomfortable to do that. But squats is sick because the elevated heel means that you can get a little bit deeper. It gives you a little bit more of that ankle mobility. But with deadlifts, it just doesn't feel good. So I'm just doing these kinds of warm-ups where with the Romanian deadlifts, I have pretty good form. And the way that I maintain this form is just pushing my hips back, keeping the bar going down in a straight line. And that's the first warm-up done. Now, 50 kg. I don't go too heavy with these, but this is the second warm-up I do. It's also the last warm-up that I do. And this is just to get used to the range of the movement. A really good warm-up that you can do for many different exercises is just the lighter weight of what you're going to do. Just make sure that you do the lighter weights first, and then you put onto the bar what you're going to do for the top sets. So now 50 kg felt pretty nice. I'm doing the working sets with 70 kg. With Romanian deadlifts, I just try and do nice high reps. And I like to go nice and high. So the aim is about 12 to 15 because that's where I feel this kind of proper solid burn on the hamstrings, on the glutes, everything. And yeah, I know it can look a bit sus to train the glutes, but it's important, man. They're like the shoulders of the legs. They keep you well-rounded, quite literally, right? So you do want to be training your glutes. You don't want to be neglecting all of that as well. And the thing about this gym is, for many, it can be an intimidating environment because you see crazy strength here. Like earlier this week, right? There's a guy who had 210 kg on the bar. And guess what? It wasn't for squats. It wasn't for deadlifts. It was for bench press, bro. 210 kg for bench press, and he makes it look like the easiest thing in the world. Like, he's absolutely violating out here. But that's just what you're faced with. Like, there's this girl as well, and she couldn't have been more than maybe like 55, 60 kg. Like, she was pretty on the small side, and she was able to bench press 90 paused, bro. Like, yes, she did have a bit of a powerlifter arch, and it was max grip that is legally allowed, but still, like, to be able to press that is incredible, man. So you do have a lot of that. It humbles you, but you have to remember that no one is better than you. They simply have more time or more experience. So don't be put down by that. Realize it as an opportunity that you can always learn from them. And with these RDL sets, I was able to get 2 sets of 15 reps. I would have stayed longer, but I didn't have time to. So instead, it was time to do the posing. And lately, I've been feeling pretty nice about the physique. It's the best physique that I've ever had. It's not the final form, of course, bro. I've only been training for just under 2 years consistently. So there's way more on the table. There's way more that I can be. But for now, this is what we're saying. And of course, there's always things to work on. My form in this video, it hasn't been perfect. I have kind of skipped legs, even though I've given you the reasons. You might disagree with me, which is completely fine. But in my mind, it kind of makes sense to half skip legs. The main benefit that I get from legs is the mental benefit and just maintaining that strength. And of course, I do want to get like the 3-plate squat and stuff like that. So I still chase all of that stuff. And the reason that I'm not flexing the legs is because I haven't got proper shorts to show you. So I don't want to be revealing too much. You got to have a little bit of modesty there. Even though I am shirtless, even though I am flexing, I don't want to show you too much. All right, bro? And right now, I'm weighing about 72, 73 kg. So about 160 pounds. Pretty light, but naturally I am pretty lightweight. And when I started getting into the gym consistently, I was about 66 kg. And that was at a much higher body fat percentage. So I have been able to put on a decent amount of muscle. Now, I have overran. But I hope that you enjoy the black screen, that the video has been valuable for you. And as always, remember, bro, keep improving.